All right, guys, we're so excited to show you our new home. Why don't you come on in and take a look? Okay guys, I'm going to start up in the front here. As you can remember, we wanted to do like the boho style mixed with like some rustic feel as well. And so as you can remember too, in some previous video we went over how we painted the dash and the seats, and also we painted all the cabinets white. We wanted it nice and bright and white, and it just kind of has a bigger feel with all the white, and it's contrasts nice with the charcoal grays and the dark woods that we use too. Let me show you up here. This came with it. Somebody who had this before us custom designed this liquor cabinet and wine cabinet, which is really cool. Lance's side is on my right, and he found a nice desk to fit over there for in this area, and then mine fits right on the steering wheel, which has been really convenient with my laptop for work. So we put the curtains in as well, which helps when we're doing our Zoom meetings for work and things, for a nice backdrop. And it also kind of gives that feel of it's a different room. They stretch all the way over, and it can be like our own separate office area. As you can see, we put in the white curtains. It's really nice actually because the light can filter through. It has that boho feel. As you can see, we went with the vinyl plank flooring in like a darker stain, and it has the look and feel of wooden floors. So that's been really nice, and we complemented with some boho style rugs. Guys, I want to show you one of my favorite parts. I don't know if you remember the two brown reclining chairs that were here before. We sold those, and we got a hide-a-bed in charcoal gray to replace it, and this folds out into a really comfortable bamboo memory foam mattress. So that's really nice when the kids come visit, and when we're watching TV and just sitting on the couch, now our dog can come up and jump up beside us like he used to. So that's been nice. Okay, in the RV it was really fun doing the curtains and a lot cheaper than in a house because you can just get valances that are longer, like the cafe style length. And as you can tell, we found some nice light filtering ones so that it's still nice and bright in here. And it also has the boho feel over here with the crochet. And it was a little bit tricky to find the right lengths. Like for the kitchen window, it was a little shorter and these are a little longer. As you can see, they're all a little bit different lengths, but we got it figured out and I was really excited about the curtains. I don't know if you guys know, but most Class A motorhomes like this have that really ugly doghouse up front where you set your drinks and stuff. Well, we kept the drinks part and we made a customized doghouse that kind of blends with the flooring. It's a nice shelving area for our workspace now, and it's just more aesthetically pleasing overall. We also installed this Simply Safe security system, which is really nice because we can monitor it remotely on our phones because this is our home now and our dog is here sometimes alone and stuff, so it's been nice and secure that way. And this is the original fridge and freezer, and if you remember, there was that ugly black kind of plastic for the surface, but Lance went and he cut sheet metal sheets that we just stuck in here, and they're also magnetic, so our magnets can be on there to feel even more like home. And now it matches the rest of our stainless steel appliances as well. As you can see, we put in all new appliances in our kitchen, and I don't know if you remember the videos of me removing and replacing the stove and then the whole fiasco about the plumbing and the sink. It actually all turned out and it works really well. And we also put in a new microwave and the stainless steel fan, hood fan here. As you can see, the custom countertops turned out really nice, and I would encourage you, if you're wondering how that all went, we have a video that you can check out about how we stained and put these in. And then for some extra counter space, we put in a cutting board at the end that has been really nice for just cutting up things and a little bit of extra space when I'm cooking. And I'm loving the really deep charcoal gray paint job here. This was our daughter's idea. It was awesome, and then we put on the black hardware to complement that as well. So I've been loving the big sink. It's been really nice to, you know, do the dishes and everything there. And also our daughter put in this subway tile backsplash, which I love. It turned out really nice. I'm super excited to introduce to you our daughter, Nadia. She's amazing, and she worked so hard this summer in this place. She did most of the creative ideas and a lot of the painting and the backsplash and so much here. So we appreciate her so much. And she's also an interior design major, so she's going to give you some insight on how to kind of decorate these kind of small spaces.
In an RV or a tiny home, it can be really hard to maximize the small space that you have. So I was really focusing on creating things that were multi-use, just so that we're not wasting space, especially with even just the color palette. We did a lot of whites on the walls just to make them seem as large as possible. And then on the cabinets in the kitchen and then some of the details, we did darker colors so that it would be smaller and seem bigger. We really love the contrast between like the whites and the dark woods. It just like makes everything pop. So my dad really loves the rustic kind of cabin-y look, and my mom is really into the boho kind of gypsy, you know, that kind of thing. And so I wanted to incorporate both of those and really blend them together. It was a little difficult at first getting like what everyone wanted and trying to figure out how to integrate those styles so that it flows nicely. But I'm really happy with the final outcome. First time I've ever been, you know, part of a design project kind of thing. So
I remember my idea of boho was way out there, like all these beads and crazy colors.
Kind of reminds me of like a hippie grandma.
And I love how it turned out once you kind of helped steer me in the more modern boho, because that's what I do love.
Yeah.
I just kept getting confused, so you helped guide me, so thank you so much.
We also did the custom countertops in the bathroom, and I decided to actually do a pop of color cabinets in the bathroom, and then we did these copper hardware just to have a cool accent to it. And these are actually all the original hardware. All we did was spray paint them. They'd already spray painted some of the other hardware in the bathroom copper, and I thought it was pretty cool, so I was like, you know what, why don't we just make the rest of it match. We did an actual real copper sink in here, and this is honestly one of my favorite parts of the bathroom. I just really love the difference in textures on the sink versus the wood countertops. I think it's a really cool addition. We decided to do these white honeycomb tiles in here, and they're actually just the stick-on tiles. There's a lot of weight restrictions in RVs, so we felt that this was a great way to bring down weight. And honestly, I mean, I did all of these, and so I can see a lot of the little mistakes, but when I take a step back, I feel like it looks almost like the real thing. When my parents first bought this RV, it had this big brass door opening shower, and that was just not the best use of space. My dad had this great idea to get this retractable shower door. This is an Eco Camel shower head, and it's made to actually conserve water, which is super useful in this space. We have very limited water.
So one of my favorite parts of the bedroom is the lighting that we switched out by Renaissance Lighting through Etsy. There's a guy named John that hand-made these for us. I'm just loving them, and then I don't know if you saw, but there was matching one in the living room as well that he made us.
So this is one of my personal favorite parts of the RV. It's this big map, and you can see we have all these little tacks in it. So some of these tacks are actually places that we all lived as a family. For example, we lived in Italy, and we lived in North Carolina, all whole bunch of places, too many to count. Yeah. And then a lot of them are also just places that we've traveled or worked or wherever.
Yeah, a lot of different places when you put us all together.
Yeah.
Your adventures just like your dad.
And right below the map we have this wood accent wall. It's pretty easy to put up. We just had we had a stick on the wall, I think.
Yeah, it's like peel and stick, basically.
Yeah. And the wood color on the map actually matches all the other wood in the RV really well, and it matches this wood wall that we did very nicely. And while I love all of the wood accents in here, it is a very hard rustic feel, and so we wanted to bring in some nice soft textures onto the bed, have some nice throw pillows, we have some macrame, all sorts of things just to make it feel softer and more homey. Get that bohemian feeling.
I love it, and I love how bright it is now too, with all the added whites and the golds.
Yeah.
And do you like my curtains? Those were actually yours.
I do.
Yeah, we were considering having blinds all throughout the RV, but instead, I mean, once I started putting up some curtains, we really liked the light filtering curtains and how much brighter it was in here, so we decided to just go with the curtains instead.
I love this detail of the little diamonds over here. These were actually a part of the original RV. We just decided to peel them up, stain them, and we put this piece of wood down, and we just put them right back where they were. And it's just a nice little piece of nostalgia. This was a little experiment that me and my dad did. We saw this little wood grain tool online, and so we thought that we would try and make the cabinets look like actual real wood. And so I just would paint like with a solid color, and then I would use that wood grain tool, and it made it look almost just like real wood.
So on the roof we have the Goal Zero panel, and up here we have the Yeti, so that we can maybe have some solar capabilities in the RV as well.
So these panels used to be this weird 80s pattern, so we decided just to rip that out. We ended up tracing it, and we cut out a piece of wood, stained it, and we just stuck that back in there, and it was a nice addition. So we bought this marble countertop paint kit, and we thought that we'd give it a try and just see how it turns out, and I'm actually really happy with it. All it is we painted it all black, and then we used a sponge, and we just dabbed it all over with white, and we did little accents of gold, and it honestly looks a lot like a marble countertop. I was expecting it to look pretty fake, but I'm really happy with it.
Alright guys, for the outside of the RV, as you can see, it's the original, and we haven't done much with it at all. And we're kind of having a conversation lately about whether or not we should do a wrap on it or just kind of leave it the original outside like I was thinking, honestly. And because I think it's kind of cool when it's the original old outside, and then it's kind of a nice surprise when you walk in and it's all renovated and beautiful on the inside. So you guys can leave your comments in the comment section down below and let us know your opinions and what you think.